took some positive steps today, and one of the things I will applaud our guys for, I would say we've dealt with some adversity early, and I've been proud of the fight. I've been proud of the effort, and so this is a really good team, and the thing that we've got to do is we've got to close a game. Mistakes aside, whatever, but it's 61-60 with 3 to go, maybe 3 and some change, and they closed it out 9-0, and so I thought we took a couple shots. I thought we didn't execute a little bit defensively there, and so we just got to learn from it, and we will. We got a game in 4 days, so we got to get some rest. We got to regroup. We just got to keep plugging forward. This group's close, but we haven't been able to do it yet.
Thomas, first half, 7 of 8, you were getting the ball everywhere. What did they do defensively in the second half to kind of slow you down?
I think they were just packing the key a little more. I think the coach really emphasized it. Probably a little lazy in some parts. They changed some stuff up in the second half a little bit, but then, we had Kevion. We started post Kevion a little bit. Kevion was going to work, so it was kind of one with the hot hand in the second half for the most part. But yeah, it was nothing really different. Just kept got hot at the end.
Trevor, can you talk about, maybe some of the progress that you've seen, just the steps that you've taken? I know the results haven't been there, but just some of the progress that you have seen from this group?
I think we battled. Looking back at those first 2 preseason games, I don't think we had a charge, did we? We were taking charges. Guys were diving on the floor, and that's the stuff that wins. It's always those are always gonna be the things that win basketball games. It's not the cute stuff. It's not the 3-pointers, and it's the dirty stuff. It's the little things.
Matt, you talk about in the Ashland game, you kind of looked at Thomas's stat line and said, 7 of 8, and got to get him the ball more. Did you see anything different in the second half of not getting, or was it just Kevion was the guy that was kind of taking over?
I think we probably did miss time a little bit, to be honest with you. And so, the thing that we will continue to learn is that, in a lot of ways, Tom is very unselfish and becomes like a point guard when he has that basketball. And so, whether he's getting it on the low block, he is going to facilitate. And we just need to continue to do that. Obviously, at a hot hand, and I think they did a better job of collapsing. There were some, post-ups there when he did have the ball. I didn't think we executed our backside stuff, spacing, and that's going to hurt. That's going to hurt Tom, his ability to score and facilitate. So, again, we just got to continue to stay with it. I will point out, one of the things going into this game, I just thought from the first 2 exhibitions, we needed to find some depth, and I thought, we had 2 freshmen come in that didn't really do much in the exhibitions, and they contributed and they battled. Darius was fantastic. Slim, I knew that first shot was going in, and so again, those guys are going to continue to get better. So I was proud of that effort, and but again, we got to find a way. We're going to keep taking keep getting better. I do like our progress. I don't think I know we're not where any of us wanted to be, but again, we're going to continue to get better.
You touch on Slim for a little bit. Going from not playing the exhibitions to first card off the bench, the talent's obviously there. Just, what was it that made you say let's roll with him?
I think I woke up one morning, Paul, and said, "Man, I really think we need to add some athleticism." I'm sitting there thinking recruiting and all this kind of stuff, and I'm like, "Oh, this guy's on our team." And I think going into everything, right? This since we got together in June, it's been just a learning process for all of us. But freshmen have a big jump that they're making, and but like all freshmen, right? You just continue to have a humble attitude, and you're going to get better. And Slim's obviously got some attributes and things that he does that other guys on our team can't do. And so we just got to continue to put that into the game and trust him to make some plays.
Trevor, I swear I'll ask you about you at some point, but I asked you about Preston last game, and I'll ask you about Darius. Now, here's a guy who didn't play a lot in the last exhibition game, and here he is on the floor in crunch time with you guys. What have you seen from this kind of maturation?
He just brings something different that I can't really bring. He's a pesky guard defensively, and when he checks in, he's picking up full court, and I think that can disrupt another team's defense or offense. And just doing that type of stuff, I think he wore a charge. So just doing that little scrappy stuff that every team needs.
Thomas, can you talk about the press that they had and kind of how difficult it was to get him to flow the offense a little bit?
Yeah, so I mean, the main goal of that thing was to cut time off it, and we're really looking to get steals. I mean, they got us a couple times, but it's just,
Big one late.
just trying to get 10 seconds off the shot clock. So then when you're getting on the court, you're getting to things at 17, 16 seconds left, and that's half the shot clock. So it was just something we haven't seen before, but I'm glad that we saw it early, so when we see it again, we'll be ready for it.
And Matt, I guess just if you can touch a little, and you talk about Slim, but Darius, just what was it about his play tonight that said that's the guy that I want out there in the final 5 minutes here?
Well, I think Trev hit the nail on the head there. I mean, again, he's he is a true point guard, right? He is a facilitator. He's quick as heck. I think he knows how to get guys the basketball in spots. Obviously, he's coach's son, and his dad's a big time coach up in Canada, and so there's just a lot of stuff that he does that was positive. And again, we wanted to have an influx of athleticism coming off the bench, and I think we were able to do that tonight with two of our freshmen.
Ben and Connor, any update on those guys?
Connor, practiced the other day, and what he's dealing with is painful, and so it's kind of, I think, at a point where it's going to be a little bit more of a pain tolerance. But Con's a tough kid, and so Ben, same thing. I mean, he is, coming along. I was in some ways optimistic that he could get going for this game, but he tried to accelerate a little bit yesterday, and it just didn't react. And I will tell you the one thing about Ben: if he tells you he can't go, he can't go. Ben is, he's bred differently. That young man likes to play. So again, it's going to be nice adding both those guys and getting a full roster here pretty soon.
And then my final question: I know last year, and really the last couple of years, you lamented a lot, like we just haven't had time to practice. The way the schedule stacks up and everything like that. You've got 3 days ahead of you right now. I guess for any of you, what's job one tomorrow when you get to the gym to take advantage of these practice days?
I'd say just learn how to win in closing time. I mean, we were there. Trevor had a great move and won. And we had both games. You have the momentum. You're trying to get that kill shot, get a stop. So I think the biggest thing for us is just learn how to win. Crunch time, a bunch of new guys in new positions that some people aren't used to. So we'll figure it out. We'll look at that last 3 minutes and 30 seconds and figure out what we could do better to win the game.
Okay, go ahead.
I was just going to say, Coach, last week you mentioned you had this goal of getting kills. I think you got 4 or 5 of those tonight, and this is also the lowest point total of your opponent's sleeve. So what defensive takeaways today?
No, I thought we executed much better. There's certain, and again, it's, Trevor and I were sitting down the other day together talking about just what college basketball entails and like how much goes into a scout and how much preparation you put in and how many calls defensively we have and really, how much that goes into winning and getting some cohesiveness. And I thought we did a much better job this game than we have done. I will tell you, we've got to get better at it. I thought there was some stuff that we did make some mistakes, and those mistakes led to baskets. But we did execute a game plan. And again, it doesn't feel like it right now, but this team can really shoot. And as soon as that lid comes off the basket, there's going to be a lot of threes raining in here. And I thought we took, for the most part, the right ones, and that was the goal offensively, was just get the right shot for us every time down the floor and execute defensively. And I thought we did that, other than maybe that last 3 minutes. I didn't think we, again, did a great job there.
Trevor, you made that big 3-point play late in the game. I can see how hyped you were, the energy on your face. How did the crowd play into that compared to last year, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, last year with no fans, it was definitely different. I enjoy playing in front of fans. I'm sure everybody does. Just a big moment, a big play by me, and
Tell us how you really feel, bud.
and I just let my emotions go.